Um, just really met him in passing. Really, to me, seems like a really good person. And as far as from the coaching standpoint, I'm going off of what I've seen from the Vikings. Right, they've been very successful over these past few years. They've done it at a high level. Very talented team. They're a team that has been shown to be able to use all of the talent and the capability that they have, and you've seen it with the level of depth that they've went into the playoffs, and very disciplined, sound team. So, from those standpoints, I really can't expect anything less, and I think that Coach Stefanski will come in here and do an amazing job.
Way the words out that Joe Woods is a defensive coordinator. Obviously, have to wait until after the Super Bowl to get him here. But have you been studying up on him? You've been doing homework on him?
Homework. I've already passed the test. Actually, Joe Woods was my rookie coach for Oakland when I was there. He was a really great coach. He got the best out of me at a really young age. Really shaped me up to the person that I am today. Gave me a lot of nuggets throughout that season that I was with him on how to learn how to be a pro and the things to look into. And so the reuniting of him, if we do get to choose him, will be amazing and phenomenal from the standpoint that me being a little bit familiar with him.
So you 1 year with him?
Yeah,
Okay.
1 year with him, my rookie year.
And then you saw him
Then I saw him in Denver.
Denver, right?
Yes,
In that division.
yes, and him being in Denver was great too because the defenses that he's had were phenomenal. And they went and did some great things, won a Super Bowl, and it's awesome to be able to see that he's still doing it at a high level. Being in San Francisco, they're doing phenomenal things on that defensive side of the ball. So expect nothing less from him either.
Is that the kind of thing, TJ, where when you look back on it, you say, yeah, you kind of saw that in him when he was a young coach and you were a rookie?
I wouldn't say he was young. I mean, he's been in the league 16 plus years, but definitely something that I seen in him when he had me, and just the mindset that he was putting me in and challenging me to, trying to get the best out of you, and he finds little ways to do that, right? And a coach like that is a coach you want around, and he was probably one of the first coaches that told me, coming into this year, I see you as a guy that plays 6+ years, and I'm going on my 7th year now. So he's seen something in me at a very young age, and he was doing as much as he could to get it out of me. And I think our team, we're pretty young in some effort and some effort, so I could see him doing some of the same things.
Can you give an example of what one of those little things is?
Being a pro, what does being a pro mean? When you come in as a rookie, you don't know about how much and how important it is to take care of your body, right? He was one of the first coaches that really challenged me to, get in the cold tub, right? Get your massages, because as a high schooler, as a college athlete, you transition and you kind of miss some of those things and those nuggets. Watching film, teaching me how to watch film at a very young age. When you come in as a rookie, you're playing basically off pure athleticism, right? And so watching film isn't something that you are very keen in doing, and you don't really know how to. So those are some of the real beneficial things that he's done to really blossom my career.
Looking at the coach, with Coach Stefanski coming in here, and obviously with it comes more change. What do you think the benefit of change could be for you guys here in 2020?
I feel like with change you have to adapt. And I think that it'll be interesting to see what type of change he brings, right? From just an overall scope standpoint of a lot of variety of things, how we practice, the things that we study, how we study opponents, how we handle ourselves within the locker room, how we choose to learn about each teammate, right? There's an abundance of things that you can change that a lot of people would say that affects the outcomes of wins and losses. And so interested to see what type of change that he brings.
Do you think there was a lack of leadership last year from the coaches?
I wouldn't say from the coaches. I think leadership stands from all standpoints. And most of the time, I think perception is wrong on the standpoint that leadership can only come from the elder or the veterans. And I think it's an aspect where you can challenge yourselves, even coming in as a rookie, to be a leader in some way. And that may be a leader in just bringing energy to practice, right? You don't have to always be a leader in the mind frame that people think. But I do think that there were times that leadership needed to step up more. And I think that some of those times really affected the outcomes of practice throughout the week and maybe some of the outcomes of wins and losses.
Were you surprised to see Dorsey go? Are you paying attention to the GM search?
I was surprised to see a lot of the coaches go, to be honest. I think it's very, very hard to win in this league off of 1 year. And I think that sometimes it takes more than 1 year. But those are decisions that I don't make, right? And so Dorsey was a great mentor to myself. A lot of the coaches that we have were great mentors and great men that have taught us all a lot from a standpoint of all phases, special teams, offensively and defensively. I think that every player had an opportunity to dialogue with one of those coaches. But I'm interested to see the outcome and the horizons of this year.
What kind of defense do you think Joe Woods would run?
You know, I can't say from that standpoint. I think that coaches come in and they do a lot of variety of things. Some coaches come in and they see what type of talent they have, and they create a defense from that they feel familiar with. Some coaches come in and they have their defense of what they want to do and they like to do, and they run that type of defense. So it'll be interesting to see what type of approach that whichever coach we get comes in and takes, but it'll be exciting.
TJ, the way this last season started, here we are now, a year later. Are you shocked the way it ended up?
I mean, I could say that the expectations that we had for ourselves, we didn't live up to them. And to see that we ended up in a situation that no one as a player would have thought, yeah, I wouldn't say shocked, but just unexpected, right? And it makes you question, where did we not give 100% on, whether it was the off-season program, whether it was training camp, whether it was preseason, right? Whether it was practices throughout the week. Where did we, as players, as coaches, as an organization, all fall short in doing? And I think that's a responsibility that each and every one of us have to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, what could I have done more?